What is going on, everybody? My name is Andrew Montana, and welcome to Season 7, Episode 12 of HTF Bets. That's right, it is the last episode of the season and of the year 2023. We're also saying goodbye to some of HTF's most beloved faces, including a Bets host, which we'll get to later. Of course, tears are going to be shed, but before we get into that, blood will be drawn because we have 30 minutes left of playoff football to talk about. We're starting off with HTF Fantasy Football playoff previews, followed by College Football Championships Saturday, and then we'll be looking at our surefire picks of the week. Producer's edition. I'm really excited to see how that pans out. All this and more after a quick commercial break, so don't go anywhere because for the last episode of HTF Bets, we'll be right back. And thank you guys for sticking with us. To my left, as always, Phil. His last time on air, he's making his goodbye today. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm, chill. I'm trying.
Looking snazzy, too.
I try.
So
Fresh
clean,
off a trip
man.
from Puerto Rico, you know how he's feeling.
I'm feeling great.
He's in the clouds. And Ezra, how are you doing?
Feeling great. And very unfortunate it's going to be Phil's last time. It does make me very sad.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to make it a good one.
Yeah, he needs to take care of the grandkids as soon as possible before they get to college. But over at the couch, we've got the wonderful Maddie Glass, joined by, once again, can't get rid of him, huh? Camden Mowry. How are you guys doing today?
I'm good. Camden's been on air so much today, so I'm sure he's tired, right, Camden?
Getting sick of me, yeah. You're wonderful. I'm just can't get rid of him. So, yeah, it's okay.
Last time officially.
This is officially the last time.
Don't say that.
Until the next time. Maybe I'll do a Nathaniel Marrero and come back.
Yeah, Nate's been back like 4 times already.
Can't get him. Gone.
We do not care. Anyway, we'll go right into the segment. As I said before, we're looking at our HTF Fantasy League playoff preview as we approach Week 14. Now, once again, we have a 12-player league, of which only 8 make the playoffs, where only 3 of us have made the playoffs. And we're just going to pick a team who we think has the best chance of winning it all. We're just going to go right into it. Phil, I'll start off with yourself. One of the 3 people who have, in fact, made the playoffs. A record of 11-1, obviously first seed, leading with Tyreek Hill, Dak Prescott, ETN, Calvin Ridley, George Kittle. Who are you picking to win it all?
I mean, is it obvious? Myself. Of course I'm picking myself. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. So look at my team. First, before I get started, I want to say draft day, my team was ranked 13th, by the way. They thought I was a bad GM, but I'm not. So I have Dak, who, by the way, just turned it on, I'd say midway through the season. I survived with Baker Mayfield as my starter quarterback. That should tell you how good of a GM I am. I have DeAndre Swift and Travis Etienne, which is my workhorse. Calvin Ridley been having an up and down year, but he did still give me points. George Kittle, I feel like also up and down year. But I want to give shout out to, of course, Tyreek Hill, the cheetah. 8 weeks, he scored more than 20 points for me. 8 weeks. I think his worst game, it still was double digits. I believe it was against New England when he had 10 points. Other than that, it's been straight 20. I think there was our first game of the season, he had a 44-point game. But I'm going to give also your Patriots a little credit. I think Demario Douglas was a good pickup for me. I start Demario Douglas, yes. Yes.
That's insane.
No, he's been doing good. The last 3 weeks, he had 10, I think 11 and 14 because ever since Kendrick Bourne.
Amazing.
No, but ever since Kendrick Bourne went out, his touch has been up. So
no, he has.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm picking myself. I know it's kind of crazy, but I'm 11-1 for a reason. So
that's fair. And I'm going to toss it over real quick to the second seed, who is making his HTF goodbye today. That would be Camden Mowry, who cannot, in fact, swim. The second person to have clinched the playoffs in our league. Camden, talk to me. Who are you going to be picking?
I just think it's funny that Ezra has been disrespectful to Phil about Demario Douglas, but he's sitting at 5-7. So I just want to put that out there. I mean, maybe give the guy some credit.
It's
for
almost
Demario
like
Douglas.
I was like the last pick in the draft or something.
Yeah. So you had back-to-back picks, and you went Jalen Waddle and Garrett Wilson. So, okay.
Well,
how about make some trades?
Assuming A-Rod,
we'll wait for it. We'll wait for it.
So as you guys, you
question.
guys don't know the team. I'll just spit it out right now. I have Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Austin Eckler, Travis Kelce, and A.J. Brown. And as you can tell, wow, that team seems stacked. It don't matter because I still lost to Isaiah. I'm so low on confidence. It don't matter how many good players you have. They're not producing as well as they should be right now. The Instagram DMs are not helping, where I'm telling him, like, Jamar, I need 20 out of you today, and he don't respond. So,
Yeah.
of course, I'll pick myself to win because I think we're going to get a bounce back. I just got Justin Fields in a trade, so carry me to the
wow.
promised land, OSU quarterback.
Comeback
State.
season.
But my best player, I don't know if that's when I'm supposed to do it. Can I do that now, Tyler? Hopefully. I'm going to talk about Tyler Bass. This guy, because he told me pick someone that's actually won you a game. And you know what? Tyler Bass is the only guy that I'm still starting that actually won me a football game. It was week 1. Bree was beating me by like 85 points, and I had the Cowboys defense put up 37 or something like that, and I needed 16 out of Tyler Bass. And Tyler Bass came so clutch, scoring 4 field goals, doinking in the last one to get me the win against Bree in week 1. And from there on out, I took off, beat Phil. I'm his only loss, and here we are at 10-2.
Dang. But I think the craziest thing about your team, Camden, is just the fact that you have Justin Jefferson, who I picked at first. Jamar Chase, who actually I think Kirsten picked
It was
at
third. Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah,
It's third.
I remember that. And then Austin Eckler, 4th. Travis Kelce, 6th. The only guy that you actually drafted who is up there among like your big dogs is AJ Brown, who you sent to Kirsten, who sent it to me, sent it to you again.
You know what's funny,
So
though?
it's
AJ Brown
a
looks
little
like
love
a
triangle.
great player. I had AJ Brown the first 2 weeks when he put up like 12, and then I traded him. He went for like 6 straight 35-point games or whatever, and then I got him back when he scored 2. Like he's done nothing for me this
Yeah,
year.
and you know who else told me that was a bad trade? This guy.
Phil.
Good thing he didn't trade. If you were in the trading market, you would have been done for. Let's just get that straight away. But Camden, I'm gonna toss it over to your neighbor, Maddie Glass, who currently has a record of 9-3. Joe Buck yourself, once again, the third team to make. I love that name. The third team to make the playoffs. Who are you picking, Maddie?
I mean, I am playing Camden this week, and me and Camden's team are such contrast. He literally traded everything. He's like a super team that only wants stars, trades, whatever. And I'm homegrown. I've made one trade, and it was a good one. I traded Ezra. I traded Alvin Kamara, I know, and Justice Hill, which doesn't play, for David Montgomery and Jalen Waddle, which I feel really good about. And, you know, I did lose last week to Tyler, but we don't have to talk about that because I am going to beat Camden this week. The only thing I'm a little worried about, my team, Jalen Hurts, Christian McCaffrey, David Montgomery, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Dalton Schultz, who's been very underrated. He's been great with the Texans.
I dropped him, and then he went off for you.
I picked him up off waiver wires. Eagles defense, Young Hoi Koo, best kicker in the league. And then my bench, it has some people, but I'm staying away from them right now. Christian McCaffrey, obviously the MVP, just dominant the whole season. And I think he scored a touchdown in all games but one. So I think he's going to have a good game next. But I am worried because the Niners do play the Eagles. Both defenses are great. So that is a concern. Like if it's like we talked about earlier, if it's a low-scoring game, if it's like a defensive battle, I do have Philly's defense, but I need Hurts, McCaffrey, and Smith to have good games. So that I'm a little concerned about that. But I am the opposite Camden. I have full confidence. Joe Buck yourself might win the title.
I would say outside of Phil's team, Maddie's is the team to beat because Camden's ceiling is so high, but his floor is also really low. Considering Devontae Smith is taking touch from AJ Brown, Joe Burrow obviously after the season decreases in Jamar Chase. Number 6, he's dropped 9 and 12 points
Kenneth
respectively.
Walker hurt, yeah.
I don't know how that's gonna pan out. But next up, Ezra, I'm gonna pitch it to you. Record of 5-7. Who are you picking? I'm so interested.
I believe I can make a comeback because I am so back. I am so back in the playoff hunt. I'm glad you brought up that trade, Maddie. Yes, I did trade you Jalen Waddle, who was not performing for me this season, and I had an overhaul of wide receivers in my team. So I wanted to trade away him and who was the other one? Was it Maddie?
David Montgomery.
David Montgomery. David Montgomery was the main part of that. I was really, really high on Alvin Kamara because Alvin Kamara is a steady point getter, and I needed a running back. I had David Montgomery, and Dameon Pierce, who I also sent to you in that trade, because get that man away from any fantasy team possible. But no, that is my top player for my team. I also have players like Jared Goff. I have Tank Dell, who I picked up on waivers after week 3. I got Puka Nacua and Ramondre Stevenson in a trade recently. I only traded Trevor Lawrence and Dalton Kincaid. I already have Sam Laporta, so I didn't need both Dalton Kincaid and Sam Laporta. Got me both solidified running backs. Ramondre Stevenson just got off a 20-point week. We're talking, like, this is a good comeback team. There's no star talent on this team other than really Kamara, but there's a lot of decent point getters. I even have underrated guys like Cortland Sutton. You said you had the best kicker in the league, Maddie. I disagree. I have the best kicker in the league.
Well, I have
Jake Elliott.
I have the best actual kicker.
He's gotten 10-plus fantasy points in 7 of his games this season, which is pretty decently high for a kicker. He's gotten more than Dameon Pierce has all season long. So I'm 1,000% buying back in. I'm 5-7 right now. I'm only one game underneath Tyler right now, who's the only one ahead of me in our division. And Obviously, 2 people have already made the playoffs in our spot, so I'm going to buy in on myself right now.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't know if I can say the same thing about me. I'm sitting at 4-8, right? I think I have a decent chance to maybe make a playoff push, not a championship run, a playoff push if you lose. And here's the other thing. I'm going with Tyler. He's going to be my selection. Mr. Praise Sun God, who I love the name, running with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Kyron Williams, Bijan Robinson, again, one of my favorite running backs. I love that little juke he did at the beginning of the year. That was crazy. Kyler Murray, Nico Collins, and I just gave him Stephon Diggs. Actually, he'll be getting him at 1:05 p.m., which is in about half an hour, and I cannot wait to get, who was it, Brandon Ayuk and Brees Hall, thank you. But I think Tyler is going to make some sort of a push. I don't think a finals push. I don't think anything like that. But just because of process of elimination.
Tyler's the best team.
We've also got Dom, who is not going to beat me this week because he's got, like, who is it? Bryce Young at his quarterback.
Lamar
No. And at the moment, we're averaging the same fantasy points projected per player, and I have 2 empty slots. So
Projections
that goes
do
to
not
show.
matter, though.
Ty, he should be Emily and you this week, I believe, but he will likely lose to Emily because he has 8 buys in week 13. I was clowned for having 3 at the start of the year. He has 8. That's half of his roster, which is crazy. Starters and bench. And then last but not least, Bree, who I think has the second best chance. Her record's a little bit meh. I think she's 5-7 as well. But she's facing Tyler, who has a wide receiver vacancy with Stephon Diggs this week and Camden. So that's the only reason that I will be picking Tyler to advance. But with that being said, Camden, I'm going to pitch it over to you.
Why?
Because we're saying goodbye. It's your last time
we
on
are?
air. It is your last time on air. So
I'm on next segment, though.
I mean, that's what it said in the rundown.
I know,
Tyler.
but we're doing it next segment.
We're doing his next segment. Okay, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break with some college football conference championship previews. Don't go anywhere. That is not.
Jack, buddy, why are you here?
I don't really understand why I'm here. I got called a delusional fan. I just don't understand why I'm delusional if I think Kirk Cousins had the best mustache in the league.
Well, Jack, buddy, I don't want to be the one to tell you this, but I don't think anybody looks cool in handlebars.
But they're back, man. They're back.
They're not. They're not. Sometimes you just got to face the hard truth. It's right there in front of you. All these people, they're calling you delusional, but sometimes you got to worry about, am I projecting? Is it me? And in this
Let me
case,
tell you something, bud. It could never be me. Anything I say is factual and truth, and that's why the Vikings are going 16-1 this year.
organization, you have to look at your roster and say, I've had Kirk Thuggins for 6 years. Maybe it's time to move on.
There is no moving on from Kirk Thuggins and Justin Jefferson.
Do you think that maybe this all started just because of a little disappointment?
Nothing has started. This is how I live, and I am not delusional. I'm a prophet.
And welcome back. We, in fact, are not saying goodbye to Camden. We're going to pitch it over to the couch to say hello again to Camden. He's returning, G. Willikers, and saying hello to Doug Smethers, who once again is making his HTF goodbye. Boys on the couch, how are you doing?
We're doing great. If you could give us some a little alone time here, we're a little cuddly.
Doug's the OG for real.
I'm gonna miss this guy.
I'm gonna miss you.
Oh, kiss already.
Okay.
Ooh, another victory for the OG. So we're going to
Not a
get right
victory for the
into our
OGs.
college football conference championship previews, right? This one's going to be real interesting. Phil is just steaming over here. We're each going to be looking at one of the Power 5 conference championship games going on this Saturday, and we're just going to mention any bets if we want to. And I'll pitch it right over to you, Ezra. You're taking the Pac-12 conference championship, picking Washington over Oregon.
I am, and I'm so happy that my friends on Nighttime also picked Washington. I am a believer in Michael Penix. He has been phenomenal this season. Yes, he's been on a little bit of a downturn, but he is undefeated. He's got the Heisman on the line. He's got college football playoffs on the line. He is a big game player. The last game, they beat them 36-33. Obviously, we know the field goal that got missed could have changed things, but Michael Penix performed very well that game. He threw for 302 yards and 4 touchdowns against this good Oregon defense. I know they're good, but we are talking about one of the best pocket passers in college football right now. Even Rome Odunze, he had 8 receptions and had 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. All of the touchdowns were like throw-ups, and our wide receivers just went up and got it. And not to say, but they also have an okay run game as well. I think they have a solid chance. The only thing that could really do it in for them is their defense. But even then, The only other reason I took this is because the money line is so perfect. It is at a plus 270 for a game that I think is going to be way, way closer than everybody says it's going to be. I'm going to buy in on this Washington team right now.
Also, Phil, before you jump in, because I know you really want to, we did have in the rundown that Tyler so brilliantly made for us that we needed two teams, two winners to be in the plus or underdogs. And so now, would you like to jump in?
Honestly, no. Oregon's going to thrash Washington.
There's no shot.
They are. Because
they had their chance to thrash Washington already, and they didn't.
You're right. No, you're absolutely
anything.
right. You're absolutely right. But I say this. I'm seeing Washington wins, and I'm looking at them like, they really don't have no notable wins, except from Oregon. But like how you said.
That's just not correct. They beat Utah. They beat USC. They've beat Oregon State. What are we talking about?
I don't count USC. Let's take the fact that, or how you said Michael Penix, who threw 2 interceptions against Arizona State. Arizona State, where they played 15 and late. The score was 15-7, while Oregon just thrashed Arizona State like 38-7. But no, we keep going.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, he also threw 4 touchdowns against Oregon. So, yeah.
All right.
Let's keep going. I'm going to pitch it over to Camden, looking at our new conference, the Big 12, where Texas, to you, is going to be losing to Oklahoma State.
I don't believe this at all. I mean, who picked this?
No, believe it, Camden.
Believe
it.
at all.
Believe it. Ohio State.
Ollie Gordon's running through Texas's defense. They're winning. Go Oklahoma State, even though
Go
they
Cowboys.
lost. Yeah, they lost by 45 to UCF or something like that. So
We dogged them.
we did dog them. Go Oklahoma State. Go Cowboys. Yay.
Anyway, Camden's Oklahoma State Cowboys currently sit at plus 380 odds
There's
to
a
win.
reason for it.
Yeah, to Texas is minus 500. So do with that what you will. Again, we had to pick some sort of an underdog at some point. But now I'm going to be jumping in with who I think is going to be taking the Big Ten. It's going to be none other than the Michigan Wolverines. Currently
No way.
sitting, yeah, I mean,
I
geez.
love
They're
Michigan.
versing.
Go
Here's the
Wolverines.
thing. It's against Iowa. I mean, they're still, what, 16th in the nation? Second best team overall.
Most fraudulent team in the nation. It's insane.
Michigan?
No, Iowa.
Oh,
Iowa,
okay. I was
yeah.
going to say, because I was going to debate that they should be one.
Do you
SEC
know
wrong.
the
SEC
craziest
bias,
line
bro.
in this
Georgia
game?
was struggling against USF. You can't even.
What's the craziest line, Doug?
The craziest line in this game, Iowa's first half point total is over under 0.5 points.
I'll take the over.
I didn't even know that.
I might even take the under on that, to be honest with you.
Oof.
Oh, shoot. Okay,
Might
wait,
have
hold
to
on,
take
hold on.
the-
I actually want to look into this because I think I would take the under on that just to.
I would
silly
take
Courtney.
the over because
I'll
there's
take the over. Just give me
Have
3
you
points.
guys
like all
never
they
watched
needed is a
this
field
Just
goal.
give me
Have
Iowa's
you
gotten
guys
like
never
7
watched Iowa
points in
football?
half their game.
No, I never watched
What did
that.
y'all do last Friday for Thanksgiving?
The defense has a
I
better
watched
chance
Iowa
to
football.
score.
Yes.
I didn't
Watch Iowa
I
football.
watched
I did
Iowa
not do
football.
that,
Watch
unfortunately.
The
Camden.
defense is going to
I
get
was
me a
close to you.
safety
I
and
was in
cash that
Miami.
over.
Yeah, it wasn't Miami. But yeah, I mean, Michigan against really what do you need to say? So I'll pitch it over to you, Doug. Looking at the ACC, FSU taking on none other than Louisville. Who you got?
I'm taking Louisville.
Yes,
I'm
Doug.
I'm
Ohio
an
State is
FSU
making the
doubter.
college football playoffs.
I
Again,
grew
another
up
dog.
hating FSU. They've had a terrific season this year, but in all of their games, you look at their games, they start out very slow. They were even down 13-0 to, North Alabama State? Who?
Something like that.
I feel like this is going to be the game where starting slow is really going to cost them, and they're not going to be able to catch Louisville, especially with the backup quarterback who did not look good against a terrible Florida Gators. So I think Louisville takes this one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as we said before. Sorry, just
go
so you guys know, Louisville currently sits with 154 odds to take it home against FSU, who has minus 185 odds. Go ahead.
All right, so mine's. I have Georgia versus Alabama, and this is going to be a good one. I have Alabama winning this
No
at plus
way.
180. Yes,
No
I
way.
have. First, they need to win this in order to make the college football playoffs. They need to.
Oh, but it was wrong when I said Washington needs to win college football playoffs. Got it. Okay.
Not wrong.
And
fight
all
for Heisman.
So, no, if Washington wins, they're in. I would say that. If Washington win, they're in. But Alabama needs to win. Although they're ranked 8th, I feel like if they win, they're in the playoffs. So, right now, I believe that so Jalen Monroe, he's having a Heisman type of season. So, he's going against a good Georgia defense, though. I said kind of Heisman. He's probably 5th ranked, I'll say. But Georgia defense only allowed 135 points, which is the lowest right now in the SEC. So he needs to have a great game, like a perfect game, in order to beat this team. Now, I believe Alabama does have more athletes than Georgia. So this game really going to be a close one. But I'm gonna give you my college football playoff scenario. All right, here we go. So I honestly, I feel like Michigan automatically win. They even win or struggle against Iowa, which I don't think they will struggle against Iowa. They're in, right? Let's go to the next one. If Washington struggle against Oregon but win, the committee gonna have a choice. Reason why I say that because let's say if Florida State beat the hell out of Louisville. Yeah, I know that's my only cuss.
I'm the only one now. I'm the only one.
Oh, the hell's my cuss.
I said
But-
piss. There was
You
so
said it
much in the
again.
bathroom.
Go ahead, Phil.
No,
please.
but honestly, I feel like because, like I said, if Washington beats Oregon but they struggle, I mean, you still got to think of because if Florida State just blow out Louisville, and I'm sorry, I don't care what Texas do, they're not in. They could blow. Yeah, I don't care, they're not
Texas
in.
has a pretty
Texas
fair
is
shot,
not in.
man.
crazy.
I don't care what Texas do, they are not in.
There's
win
a
the Big
lot of
12.
different
And
scenarios where Texas
there's
does
a.
make it.
I'm sorry, and I feel like the same thing. Like Florida State needs to win by 30 if they want to get in. Without Jordan Travis, I don't see it. But my 4 is if Alabama wins, it's gonna be Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, and
UCF.
Ohio State.
Oregon. If Oregon beats Washington, which I think they will, Oregon's in.
Phil, your take is just so wrong.
How is that
Texas
wrong?
has
No,
no
let
chance.
Phil-
Listen, I don't disagree with those teams like if they win, but you're saying that if Alabama gets in, Texas gets in. It's
No,
wrong.
Texas is out automatically. I don't care what they do. They're out. They're not getting in. They're not.
I mean,
I
okay,
disagree.
Phil really said
I
he's gonna start
can't
cooking. He
believe
came
this
in boiling,
bullshit because there's a scenario for any of the top 8 teams to get in. Texas still has a chance, no matter what you say, Phil. Bama has a very slim chance. They're
You
not
think
gonna
so?
beat
I think
Georgia.
Bama has a better chance than Texas.
So you
though,
saying if
we're
Bama
being
beats
honest.
Georgia, they're not in?
There's a case to not put them in, even if they beat Georgia.
What's the case?
Well, they did just suck pretty bad against
That they've
Auburn.
had terrible wins this
got
year,
blown
and their
out
only
by New
win is
Mexico
against
State.
Georgia.
And Texas, to me, only notable win is Alabama. They beat them by 10, and it was at home in Tuscaloosa. But honestly, that was so at the beginning of the season. I guarantee you, like if Alabama played Texas right now, Alabama will thrash Texas.
If only they would have played earlier. Ugh.
I don't
Okay,
believe
guys,
that.
we do need to move on because we've run out of time. With that being said, Doug and Camden, the two fellers over at the couch. I'll start off with you, Doug. This is your final on-air appearance, and I'm truly going to miss you just being around studio. I'm sure the two to my left and right have the same intentions, but I don't know if we have a little video for him.
We do. I don't know if I don't have it on my laptop because my laptop's away.
Yeah,
so
I didn't bring my laptop.
Tyler says he has it on his phone, so I guess we can watch it on his phone.
Okay, yeah.
So we'll stall until then. Doug, I love you.
Oh,
I just wanted you to know that.
I love you. You're one of my first friends in here, so
Dude, right back at you. I feel like we joined the same semester, and
I think we did.
I think
like
we
right
did
after
too.
COVID.
And okay, Tyler does not have the video. I lied. So you're gonna have to just watch it up there. Let's do it then. You ready?
I'm with it. This audio.
Here.
I was on it with you last semester. I'm just honored to be back. I had to get you before you go, so I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm happy you're here. Hey Doug, it's Hannah Jo. Wanted to join everyone in saying your senior goodbye. Your time at Hitting the Field was awesome. I'm really glad that you decided to join our family. I think we've had a lot of really fun moments with you, a lot of really important moments with you, and we've learned a lot from you. You were always willing to go on Girls on Deck, which I very much appreciated. Always a great guest, really great talent on camera, and I hope that you're able to take your positive attitude, but also being willing to change for the better. You always see where things could be better, and you're willing to work hard to make that happen, and I really appreciate that about you. I hope you take all of those qualities with you wherever you go. Bye, Doug.
Making this semester's HTF Bets debut is Mr. Dougie Smebby. How are you doing today, Doug?
I'm doing good. I'm glad to be back on my favorite show. I love talking money and gambling lines.
Doug, the life of the party, life of the day, life of the studio, life of everything. Doug, you're one of the funniest people that anyone here has ever known, will ever know. You are one of the greatest people that I know, and I am so glad that our senior citizens are finally graduating from this place. You have such a bright future, and I cannot wait to see where you go from here and what kind of steps you take on your path.
are joined today by Doug the Thug, Doug Smethurst.
Doug.
How are we doing today, Doug?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful, ready to be on air and just talk to all the sports.
Doug, I'm so excited to have you on. I know we've been hanging out like all week. You know, we've been getting our softball highlights in. We've been watching a bunch of the games.
We had a couple of softball dates, you know.
Yeah, you know, a couple little dates. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted, and we're going to talk all about that, aren't we?
We are.
Absolutely.
Doug, goodbye, my friend. The Dougie Fresh, the Dougie Master, Dougie himself is finally leaving UCF, and we're losing a legend. Just know that you were a very big part of all my years at HTF, and I appreciated your friendliness and your always top tier kindness. You're always willing to lend out a hand even when you're going through your own things. But just know, life gets real. We're adults now, all the good shit. Congrats, and good luck with everything, man. Good nights. We're adults now, all the good shit. Congrats, and good luck with everything, man. Good nights.
Oh, man. Where do I start? When I first got here, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just knew sports has been a passion of mine since I was a little kid. And if I couldn't play, I'd want to talk about it. And I was sitting in orientation when I think it was Johnny Jackson sent a message. He was like, hey, if anyone's interested, just join this program, DM us here. And I did, and my life changed. I found friends, built relationships here that I'll hopefully carry out throughout my entire life. I'm never going to forget any of you guys. I'm always going to be rooting for you guys, hoping the best. Hope you guys do better than me, you know. That's what I want from everyone here. I'm just going to miss this, having this Monday and Thursday, seeing everyone here. Just being a part of this has been really special. And I've seen myself grow from the first time I went on air with Hannah Jo Groves on Girls on Deck to learning everything in studio. I'm just so blessed I found this opportunity. You guys gave me the chance, and I'm forever grateful. And for everyone, current, past, thank you for everything. Thank you for teaching me everything. And I'm just really going to miss everyone.
Yeah, Doug, I mean, you're one of the most prolific HTF members, and obviously have been here for a while, are here for production, you're here for on-air presence, and you just provide so much to the program. But I know, Ezra, you had some words for Mr. Smethurst.
Yes, Doug, you've been here since before I got here, and when I first got here, you were already pretty solidified in the program, and I just saw how hard you worked. You were amazing in production. Obviously, you were the playback guy when I first got here. Everybody learned from you. You taught a bunch of people a bunch of things. You were even the backup bets host when I first got here. And seeing you on air, just working, I was like, wow, this is getting really, really, really serious. How I want to do this type of things, because I saw you, the likes of Jeff, the likes of Riley, and I was like, wow, even Luca as well. Yeah, I just want to say thank you, man. I'm gonna miss rapping No Flocking with you.
Oh my
God.
But I hope we stay in touch. You're that guy, man.
The fellow West Palm Beach boy. Phil, I'll give it to you, but do you want to say something to Doug?
Oh, this is definitely not a goodbye for me and Doug. Honestly, we're definitely going to see each other outside of this program. But honestly, this probably going to be part of my goodbye as well, because Doug was actually the first person initially tried to get me to join HTF back in Smith class. I forgot what year that was. It was like 2020.
It was like almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was quite some time. You guys probably wasn't even born yet. But honestly, he's been a great inspirational to the show, and I know HTF will definitely miss him.
Yep, and someone else that HTF is going to miss is someone over at the couch, Mr. Camden Mowry, now one of three people over on the couch. I'll pitch it over to you. I do believe we have a video up for you as well.
Oh, okay.
If we want to get that
Can
ready.
we let Lucas say goodbye to Doug first?
Oh, okay. Go for it.
Oh, there goes hey guys, I did this the other day too because I didn't realize many people I was saying goodbye to. But for those who don't know, I'm on Cameron's mic. But Doug, man, you've been so dope for me too. Honestly, we tried out for bets together. I remember at the very beginning. Then we also tried out for a main show as well at one point. But man, you've been so awesome. And last year in advanced reporting, I sat through all those softball games, and you sat through so many of them with me, man. So you are so solid. You give me rides to and fro, man. You've bought me food before too. We've had just so many good times, man. And we were more than just classmates and colleagues. We're homies. So if you want to come over and watch the Chargers lose,
Yeah.
you know, you're always more than welcome to. So, yeah, man, love you from the bottom of my heart, and we're going to watch a lot of UCF softball games this year, too. So,
Oh, of course. I'll still be around.
yes, absolutely.
Hi, Doug.
Hey, bud.
I love you. Don't forget all those softball games we did together. Those were some special games.
Oh, I'm going to miss our softball dates.
All the sunburns we had.
Oh, my
man.
God.
They're
The tan
crazy.
lines are terrible.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to miss you, dude. I'll miss you. Can't wait to see what you do.
Thank you. I'm going to miss you, buddy.
Of course. All right. Now what, Andrew?
Yeah, so now I do think we should have Camden's video up at this moment. We're probably like 30 minutes over by now, but let's see if we can get that up, if you guys do not mind. But in the meantime, before we do, I'll just pitch it over to you, Camden. I mean, since I got here, I think one of the first memories I had of Camden was myself, I think it was Nate and Tyler, and Patrick. We all went over to the little audio cart, and Richie was teaching us how to like just set up mics. I obviously didn't learn until a couple weeks ago, and Tyler just took it from there. But you went over to Richie and you were like, Richie, you mic me up. And then Richie was micing you up, and you're like, man, I love when Richie mics me up. And then when you said that, I was like, no, I'm going to be the next Richie. I'm taking over. And since then, it's been great. We became besties at that one basketball game in December 2022, if I'm not mistaken.
Who was all there?
And then from there, we just started dating.
Okay.
I like kissing.
All right.
He said, all righty, I didn't expect that.
Out of the video, am I right? Out of the...
Yeah, Camden did say that a lot. But Ezra, Phil, I don't know if you guys have anything to say to our EP.
So many great things during your time at UCF, and you've taken the program to so many new heights during your time as executive producer. I just know you have such a bright future ahead of you because you're so kind, you're caring, compassionate, and hardworking, and just all of the things. Anything you set your mind to, I know you're going to accomplish. And you've always been there cheering me on every step of my career so far, and I can't wait to do the same for you. Congratulations on graduating. You deserve it. Hi, Camden. I can't believe I'm making this video for you. I cannot believe you're graduating. This makes absolutely no sense in my head. You're still my little freshman co-host that saved my life senior year with being the best co-host ever for nighttime. I'm so proud of every little thing you've accomplished at UCF, even with your own YouTube videos. You're the coolest person I know, even though, sorry about Ohio State this past weekend, but no matter what, you are forever number one. You've changed so much at Hitting the Field, and I'm just incredibly proud of you as a friend and as a colleague and as a co-host. I miss Thursday mornings with you so much, and they will forever be such a great experience and memory that I have in my time at UCF, and definitely by far my top favorite moments at Hitting the Field were always with you. So I cannot believe you're graduating. I can't wait to see what you do next. Hopefully we team up together again soon one day, but I'm just so proud of you, and your big sister loves you forever and always.
Camden, goodbye, my friend. I am very, very glad you made it to the end. I know you're going to do great things. You know, you have two teams in the NFL, the Green Bay Slackers, and then you have the Cleveland Browns. Keep on going with the Cleveland Browns because you know dog pound all the way. And I appreciate all the moments we had in HTF together, my friend. You always have a friend in me. You can always hit my line. And you know there's love all the time for the biggest golden retriever in HTF, a.k.a. Camden Mowry.
Yeah, so Camden, that's all the time you have, at least, for Hitting the Field on air. I'll pitch it over to you. I don't know if Doug or Luke have anything to say before we move on to
Nah, girl, we gotta
the last
go.
segment.
We gotta get out of here.
I know, bro. I know.
Love you guys. Goodbye.
I love you. Gonna miss you.
Next.
Okay, Camden, we all love you. Sure, Phil loves you. Ezra loves you. We all love you. Okay, we'll be right back after a quick commercial break for the quickest round of Surefire Picks of the Week you have ever seen. We'll be right back.
And welcome to Hitting the Field Network. Our first show that you're going to see on YouTube is Hitting the Field Main Show, hosted by yours truly on Mondays at noon, where you'll see me with a fresh fade and fresh news. I'll also be talking a little bit of the hottest topics in sports, and we are going to be arguing mainly on there. On Tuesdays at noon, you'll see Isaiah De Anda Delgado and Ty Patton on the Combine, just more of a podcast, laid-back style of a show. And if you're looking for the most creative segment ideas, head on over there on Tuesday. On our off day, don't forget to check out the studio vlogs on Wednesdays. Andrew Montano does a great job of giving a little bit of the behind-the-scenes look into Hitting the Field. Moving to Thursdays, speaking of Andrew Montana, him, Philip Powell and Ezra Hines lead the way on HTF Bets. The Bets boys always come dressed to impress, and if you're looking to win some money and catch up on the latest betting lines, that's the show for you. On Fridays, you're going to head over and see Maddie Glass and the always wrong Tyler Brownrigg on Nighttime to break down everything about college sports. If you go to UCF or are interested in UCF sports, this is the best place for you. Sorry, Tyler. Our newest show here at Hitting the Field on Saturdays is Girl Talk, hosted by Kirsten Blaylock and Lexi Zolo. The all-female hosted show tackles breaking news all across the sports world, and as well, reliving the history and current state of your favorite team. Check that show out Saturdays at noon. Again, I am your main show host, Dominic Moeller, and if you're enjoying this content, don't be afraid to subscribe to our Hitting the Field YouTube and check out our Instagram. But for now, that's all. I'll see you on main show. Take care.
Thanks for sticking with us. Before we get into our actual surefire picks of the week, I do want to just go over how this is going to be working, because this is a special episode. For context, I have won once. Phil has won twice.
No, once.
Once? Okay.
No, Phil's won.
And Ezra's won twice. I wrote that wrong. That's on me. Tyler will be making 3 picks. He's going to be our guest for today. He'll be making 3 picks to see if he can get 3 wins to our collective 4, right? We're 4-26, as he said before. He wants to go 3-3. We'll see how that goes, but Tyler, I'll pitch it over to you and just
that's a winning
take
percentage
point.
of 15%. But anyway, I think I've got good odds with this. So for the start it off, it's going to be Thursday Night Football tonight. Seattle Seahawks at the Dallas Cowboys. I'm taking the Cowboys money line at -455. I'm going to go with over 75.5 total points. The Cowboys and Seahawks, over half their games combined for each, have hit totals of over 48. And a lot of it will be, I believe, the Cowboys blowing out the Seahawks. And then for the final pick, Zach Charbonnet under 48.5 rushing yards at -120. Zach Charbonnet has not once broken 50 for his career rushing the football. And I don't think it's going to be against this Dallas defense with Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence on that defensive line. For my second pick, we're going to be doing Group of 5 Conference Championship, Conference USA. New Mexico State taking on the Liberty Flames. I am going with the Liberty money line. They will stay undefeated, 13-0 at -455. I also think it'll be Liberty under 4.5 total touchdowns at -155. Liberty has blown out a lot of their opponents, but New Mexico State has one of the better defenses in the Conference USA. So I don't think we'll be seeing like a 35, 40-point win from Liberty this week in Lynchburg, Virginia. And finally, my player parlay, New Mexico State quarterback Diego Pavia, anytime touchdown at +150. He is this team's leading passer, obviously, and he leads the team in rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. So I expect him to get some touches at the goal line, to break the plane in the end zone. And finally, wrapping it up, I have NBA. The Trailblazers taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm taking the Cavs money line at -625. And for my other 2 picks, Donovan Mitchell, over 3.5 3-pointers made at +135. The Pacers have a bottom 4, 3-point defense, and Jeremy Grant over 21.5 points. That's 2 points lower than his average for the season at -115. I mean, that feels like free money. So I think my odds to beat you guys are pretty good.
Here's the thing, Tyler.
Scared money don't make no money.
That's
with
what I'm
these
saying.
-625 money lines.
2 out of 7, or excuse me, 2 out of 9 of your picks were in the positive.
Here's the thing, guys. It's not about me getting big money
Oh
here.
my
Sending a
God.
message.
You might as well have just gone for
Who's
Michigan
betting
against
Iowa?
Iowa.
You
Oh
had
my
as your
goodness.
very
Who's betting?
first pick, Andrew, UCF beating Kent State at -10,000, and you lost that pick.
And is that my fault?
Yes.
How is that my fault? Was I playing?
Because
They
you
called
said-
me halfway
you
through the
said
game. They say, Andrew, you want to be quarterback? I said no.
hit under
I'm having a good time with my
200
hot dogs.
yards against
That is
Kent
not my
State.
fault.
Oh my God.
That is not my
Have some
fault.
awareness.
All I'm gonna say is betting $10 and making 30 back isn't doing anything.
That's
You
what
gotta
I'm
make
saying,
some money
bro.
here,
You
Tyler.
need to- we should have gone over this before.
I mean, if
because,
I
like,
wanted to, if I
did
wanted
do
to
the-
win
I
more,
did do
I
the
definitely
math.
would have
I
bet
did do
something
the
like
math.
that.
A $10 bet would net you around 170 if all 3 of these hit. I believe more or less.
Yeah, but we don't get all 3. We get 1.
Yeah, you get
That's what I'm saying.
$0. That's what you guys get because you don't win.
That's debatable.
That's fair.
I have to.
Hey, but the money's on the line. The
Money's
on the line.
So
Money
what?
was
You're
on the
down what? 400?
400 of bets money and real money. It's a different story. Am I right? Phil?
Yeah, real
Am I right,
money.
Phil? Check my
Real
prize
money.
picks right after this.
I
My
know.
parents are proud of me too, I think. I don't know. But okay, so we have that. We'll let you guys know at the start of next semester. I believe we'll see how that goes. How Tyler's surefire picks of the week go this week. But with that being said, Phil, it is that time.
It is that time.
It is that time. I do believe we have another video for him.
You guys do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
we do.
Made me cry.
You ready?
Yeah.
Oh, now it's his last time on air.
Special Black History Month show. Today, I'm joined by my co-host. I know it's weird to see me in the middle, but today I got co-host. I got Ezra. I got Phil. How's it feel to be here at this desk today, boys?
I'm honored, honestly. I'm happy that we have a Black History Month special today, and I'm honored to be on it.
Yeah, it definitely does feel amazing, you know, for HTF to do this segment.
Yeah, and we appreciate everyone back there working the cameras and everyone who agreed to come on today. So we're gonna jump.
A mean defender and rebounder to my left, Mr. Phil Powell. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Andrew, I know that this is a lovely jacket.
It really is a lovely jacket. I got it myself too. Can you believe that?
I'm trying to tell you. Whew, man.
And you're gonna have about 45 seconds, so just be quick.
Okay.
All right. Name an occupation that begins with the letter J.
Janitor.
Name a word that rhymes with honey.
Money.
After you murder someone, name something specific you must quickly get rid of.
The body.
I don't like the way you said that. Name an animal that doesn't have legs.
Oh my God, Skip.
Name something associated with vampires.
Blood.
Name an animal that doesn't have legs.
Oh my God, animal doesn't have legs. Oh my God. This is a brain fart. Oh my. This is gonna kill me. I'm gonna get 0. How many seconds I have?
You're done.
Okay.
It sounds like we're done. He's what? Yes, he can. He can use the same answer twice. All right, no, you can keep going. They're trying to give the rules. They're wrong.
Oh, I mean,
go ahead. Just name something. Name an animal that doesn't have legs. Maybe one without legs.
Snake.
Okay, there you go. All right. So now it seems like I don't know if we're gonna stay here. Maybe I could bring Doug on over here. Doug, can we get a shot of all 3 of us right here? Maybe. I have the point totals here. I'm hoping someone in studio added it up. I think I already know who won the question.
I mean, if we're ripping off a show, we didn't do it properly.
Why?
Because he's not allowed to steal.
Yeah,
my
but the thing
answers.
is, though, you two are on the same team. I know who won. Yeah, I know. So if we're ripping off a show, if you want me to be honest, you guys can't say the same answer because you're on the same team, but here you're against each other, which means it doesn't matter if you guys can have the same answer. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't, because that means one person would have the advantage over another. We thought about this, bud. I'll explain it to you after the show, yes. So, the winner of this was not even close, it was Phil.
Hey Phil, it's Tyler, and I just wanted to give you a quick just thank you for everything you've done here at HTF. The time you've been here has been, you've just been amazing. I've loved having you as one of the hosts of Bets. It's been so much fun to watch you, Ezra, and Andrew just go off of each other. It's the best part of my week every week. I love it. I'm gonna miss you a bunch. You're one of my favorite people in the whole world. And you know, I wish you could stay here as the host with those two forever, but...
Dog, you're gonna be graduating. Come to the point, Phil, where you, in fact, will be graduating. And we're all so proud to see it happen. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. I don't know if you have any final words.
I do. This has been a great experience here at HTF. You know, it kind of sucks because joining last semester, and I wish I would have listened to like everybody, including Doug, was saying, yo, join HTF. And I said, I will. And I think this was the spring of, I think it was 2020. It was the spring of 2022. Yeah, I remember it was the spring of 2022. Doug trying to convince me to join, and I say I will. And hanging outside, that's when I met Camden. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to join. And then spring, I didn't join. Then fall, I didn't join. And then people got in my head, say, yo, join, please join. And when I joined in the spring, I just fell in love. I really did. Most people at home, you don't know, I am old. I am the oldest here.
I think they know at this point.
They probably do know at this point. I am the oldest here, and I guess when you get to my age, you probably live life with some regrets, and I believe this probably gonna be one of my biggest regret is not joining sooner than later. But I will always say this: if I could go back in time and change, I mean, I wouldn't change it, because if I was graduate when I was supposed to graduate, I would never meet none of you guys. So I wouldn't change that. I love you guys. I really do. And doing the show at Bets, you know, with my co-host and also the producer, it's been a very fun pleasure. And I'm not going to say I will miss you guys, because, of course, I will be watching the show, you know, next semester, see what you got to do. Basketball to this Achilles injury, heal up, you know. Going to miss Jack, crazy takes, and, you know, Minnesota this and Minnesota that. It's been an honor, and I'm glad you guys are able to have me. Probably, I know you guys are young. Most likely, I'll probably be married with kids when somebody of them graduating. Like Nick, he's a freshman. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I thought you was like a sophomore or junior. That's crazy. But yes, he have a jacket, Dolphins sweater on.
We love it.
Yes. So this will be Philip signing off. I love you guys. Love everybody at home.
Do you want to do the outro?
I'm not reading that. I will say this. I will make up my own.
Go for it.
I feel sorry for whoever made that because I'm not going to read it. This is season bets finale. So shout out to all the people who came on. Tyler, Kendon, Mallory, Doug, Smothers,
So
Maddie, Glass, and to my co-hosts, Ezra and Andrew. I'm trying not to cry. I'm just playing. No, I'm not going to cry. But now it's been an honor being next to you guys the whole entire semester. And this will be Philip Howell last time signing off on bets. So you guys have a good one. And remember, fins up.
Fins up.
Things gon' change when I really hit the field. Undefeated champs, man, you know what's the deal. Tryna find a kid, I'm in the field doing drills. Boy, you just a sucker, you ain't never keep it real. 3 rings in my hand, I'm a warrior to the max. When I hang it up, they gon' have to give me plaques. Step up in the building and I only bring the facts. When I make a highlight, they gon' replay, run it back. Okay, always locked in.